All right, let's do this. How are you, what the fuckers, what the fuck buddies, what the fuck nicks, what the fucksters, what the fuckstables, what the fuckleberry fins? Welcome. This is WTF. I am Marc Maron. So it's hot and sweaty in my garage. I've had a very aggravating day. I don't want to start with complaining. I'm not complaining. It's just some shit went down today, but I'll get to that perhaps. I do want to say today on the show, Mr. Billy Wayne Davis, young comic out of the southern region of the United States. Talk to him in a bit. I just want to also update you on what's going on in my calendar. There seems to be some misunderstanding about some things. This Saturday, we'll be at the 26th Annual Comedy Fest in Chicago. That is almost sold out from what I understand, but you can go to WTFpod.com to get tickets for any of these. On Tuesday, June 24th, Lawrence Arts Center. That's for some sort of film festival I'll be doing. June 25th, the Firebird in St. Louis. Sold out. Sorry. There might be tickets available for walk-up. June 26th through the 28th, I'll be at the Comedy Attic in Bloomington. Now, I want to make it clear, I've told some of you my dates coming up in Austin and Dallas and Houston and Tampa, Charlotte, Atlanta, Georgia. Though I will be at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte August 14th through August 16th doing an hour of stand-up. A lot of those dates are at amphitheaters. And some people are like, wow, you must be doing all right. Other people are like, an amphitheater in the middle of fucking August in Tampa? Are you out of your mind? I understand these sentiments. But what I want to tell you is that many of you who know me and know what I do are fans already, and I appreciate that. But I'm doing the Oddball Fest. The lineup looks good. It's going to be Aziz and Attell and Louie, from what I understand, Sarah Silverman. It's going to be great. It's going to be like a reunion for some of us. There's some other comics on, obviously. So I'm doing some of those dates. It's not just me at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. But whatever. I'm on the Oddball Fest. Go to WTFpod.com. Go to the calendar and see the dates. Okay? All right. So that's out of the way. I appreciate the vote of confidence when you're like, you can't fill an amphitheater. I know I can't. I can with Louie. I can with Sarah and Dave and Aziz. Yeah, then I can. I'm doing short sets. So the point being that some of you who know me, you're not going to get the full Maron effect necessarily. You'll get 15 minutes from me. But then, you know, if people dig me, I'll come back to your area and do my own show. That's my thinking on it. You guys Bob Mould fans? I'm going to have him on the show in a few weeks, but I just wanted to hip you to the fact that his new album, Beauty and Ruin, is out now, and he'll be going on tour this fall. You can check out all his stuff at bobmould.com. That was a good conversation. Oh, by the way, can I just mention clearly that Bobcat Goldthwait's new movie, the movie is called Willow Creek. It's a Bigfoot movie, and it's getting amazing reviews. So go track that down where you can. I know it's playing in some theaters. I know it's available to DVR in some places. But Bobby, you know, he had directed a few episodes of Maron, and I want to help him out. I want to help him out with his new movie, Willow Creek, the Bigfoot movie. Why can't I fucking talk? God damn it. All right. It's been a long day. But go see Bob's movie if you want. I recommend it. This Thursday, I'm Maron on IFC. It's a good show, but apparently some of you saw it because a Canadian network screwed up and ran it out of sequence, but most of you haven't. It's based on me and Caroline Ray play Me and Caroline Ray, and we used to have sex occasionally, and now we're at the ages we're at, 50 or so, late 40s, whatever you want to frame it as, and we thought, well, let's give it another try. Dave Anthony gets involved. There's a cat involved, not in the sex, but yeah, so it's a pretty fun episode. And the backstory about this is that I did date Caroline Ray, or we did hang out a few times, but also Dave Anthony did as well. And that is the triangle that is being played fictionally on Maron tonight. Did I say this Thursday before? Tonight. So that's the backstory. There's a real backdrop to this. I just want you to know, and I don't think Caroline would mind, but the backstory is at different points back when we were in our 20s, both Dave and I, I'll be polite, dated Caroline Ray, and in this episode of Maron tonight, some of that happens again. Well, at least I date her. I don't want to tell you what happens. So enjoy that. So, getting back to Def Black Cat, who I was beginning to grieve his loss. I told you on show Monday, haven't seen him, getting a little worried. It's been over a week. The day after I said that to you, the day after, Black cat, deaf black cat, hanging out on the rail on my deck, just laying there, looking at me. I look out my bedroom window. There's deaf black cat. I'm like, "What's up? Nice to see you." And he was like, "Nice to see you too." And then apparently he said, "I'm not really eating here anymore, and I'm no longer into hanging out on your deck. But I wanted to check in because I knew you were panicking. Don't panic. I'm just hanging out at a better place where the food's better and it's less aggravating. You clearly you have a frenetic energy that makes me uncomfortable. I have enough on my plate. I'm deaf." So I'm like, "Okay, well, thanks for checking in. I appreciate it, DBC." So he's all right. Am I all right? I don't know. Billy Wayne Davis in a couple of minutes, but first I gotta walk you through my morning if I could. What's your biggest fear? Tell me what your biggest fear is. Just tell me. I bet you identity theft is right up there. Right up there. What a scary fucking thing that is. So, needless to say, transition, segue, I get a call, an email from my mom. She says, "I just got a call from a bank in Michigan." This woman, Barb, called, said that someone was trying to open a credit card account with your name, and they called me. My mother then says, "Sounds like fraud. I don't know what's going on." What's even more upsetting is how did they get my phone number? How did Barb at this credit union in Michigan get my mom's phone number? That was her big concern, not the fact that what the fuck is going on with my information. So Barb leaves a number. She calls me, and I didn't pick up because I was doing something. Then I call her back. Some guy with my name and my social security numbers trying to get a credit card. She said it smelled fishy, wanted to check. She did a thorough check of who I was, clearly who my mother was, other activity on the social security card. She did her job and called me and said, "This is fishy. We didn't process this. We didn't allow him to get an account, but you might want to do some follow-up on this." She gave me a bunch of stuff I needed to do. I needed to call TransUnion. I needed to call the other credit rating agencies. I needed to call the Social Security Administration, who put me in touch with the Federal Trade Commission, where they gave me an affidavit and a proof of that I reported this fraud. And then I had to get my credit report. I have to file a police report because some fucking criminal, some criminal asshole somewhere in Oakland, California, got hold of my social security number and my name. And I guess that's all it takes to get multiple lines of credit. So I called up TransUnion told them to put an alert on the account. I got my credit rating, the full readout of it. And sure enough, there was a phony address on there, which also Barb told me when she called the guy to do follow-up, the Marc Maron, who was trying to get a credit card. He hung up on her. So she knew something was fishy, did her job. But then when I get my credit report, not only is the fake address on there with activity, but there are 4 banks, credit unions, where this guy's tried to open accounts and successfully opened one. God damn it. Fuck this guy. This isn't funny, but I'm telling you, protect yourself against this shit. Get an alert. Pay the $10 a month to get your information watched. I had to call my bank and make sure everything was okay there. I had to call my other credit cards and make sure everything was okay there. Put extra security measures on everything. Was on the phone. And then I just called these 4 or 5 credit unions that were listed as having transactions with me around the same date, about a week or 2 weeks ago. I alerted them to this dubiousness, this fucking criminal activity in my name. They were grateful, but it slipped by. One account got through. The guy opened an account and provided some sort of identification, a utility bill, some sort of ID. So I guess what's happening, it's all done online. How do you not process this shit if you're a bank or someone who's lending money? You will accept scans of IDs? Do you know how easy it is to falsify that shit? I alerted all these credit unions. One of them was about to ship a credit card off to this dude. And if you're listening, you fuck. What the fuck? You asshole. Anyways, they were about to send this credit card out with a huge line of credit based on my credit rating, which could still turn into shit. I don't know what this guy's up to. I've done everything I can, but it was about to go out tonight. The credit card was about to go out with a huge line of credit, And who the fuck knows what would happen? They were able to cancel it. What a nightmare. And I don't know. I don't know if it's over or not, but I did everything I could. The point being, protect yourself, get some sort of alert on your credit, on your social, so if there's behavior going on. I didn't, and it could have gotten out of hand if it wasn't for Barb, the Lake Michigan Credit Union, doing her job. I got to send that woman some chocolates, perhaps a bouquet of flowers, doing her job, doing background check, finding me, finding my mother, and doing the right thing. Completely grateful. What a nightmare. But the one thing that I found disturbing about my own reaction to this was, if I were a bigger name, he wouldn't have been able to do this. That was my feeling. It's like, would this happen to Chris Rock? Would it happen to Louis C.K.? Maybe some people where he tries to use this bogus credit card, this criminal asshole posing as me, they'll be like, oh, Marc Maron, the comedian. I guess all he would have to say is, yeah, it's weird. We got the same name. But protect yourself, people. That happened to me this morning. I'm not happy about it. It ate up my whole day. Watch your data back, will you? Man, scary shit. He could have bought a house. Anyway, let's go now to me talking to my pal Billy Wayne Davis. I think I had to, throughout my life, it was the only way I kept myself intact was to be defensive. But,
well, I walk away. I've learned, like, if I get into that moment where I raise my voice, I walk away because I can feel myself getting hot. And then once I get to a certain level of being hot, I can't. It's like that thing on stage when someone says something and you just turn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm cold. I just go cold, and I'm just saying.
Cold and hot.
Yes.
You go cold, and then all of a sudden you are possessed.
Yes.
By this other thing. Who the fuck are you?
Yes, and I'm just taking everything ever out on that person. And
right.
I know that person, so I know their buttons, their insecurities, and I'll say that. And so now I just walk away because I'm like, I don't mean to do that.
But let's talk about the stage thing, because like I haven't done that in a while, but it's always right there.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I'm in my shit, I'm open, I'm doing my work, and then one little thing and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yes.
And then you sometimes, I have lost it full on an audience before.
Yeah. Well, my girlfriend pointed out a month ago, she said, once you've stopped drinking, she was like, when you were drinking and you just had even a couple on stage and then that happened, you were just full bore at that person. And she was like, now you have more fun with them and you're not going to go. And I was
right.
like,
it's a conversation.
Yeah.
It's not, it's
whereas
not like
before, it's like, why would you interrupt what I'm doing? And I still feel that way. But now I know there's a more constructive way to...
Sure, like you're like, what? Are you serious?
Yes.
Is there more? Can I continue?
It drives me, like, sometimes I can't sleep. I'll have a good set, and it's just like one person.
It's like, what the fuck was up with that guy?
Why did they come to the show?
Right. And that's what you hold on to.
Like, everything was good except for that.
Yes.
It's that chasing the dragon shit.
Yeah, right. It was so close to perfect.
It was so close. It's never perfect.
Billy Wayne.
Yes.
3 names.
Yeah.
Billy Wayne Davis.
Yeah.
Did people call you Billy Wayne when you were a kid?
No, everyone called me BW or Boo when I was growing up.
BW or Boo.
Yeah.
That's some Southern shit.
You think Billy Wayne's as Southern as you get, and then you're like, I didn't even go by that. I went
BW is more Southern.
Yes, and then I went by that when I first started doing comedy. And
BW Davis?
Yes, and then a couple people pointed out that were ahead of me, like, you should probably change that, because when people see that, they think you're a black comic. And then that happened a couple of times. I got booked at these
one-nighters. Why would they think that?
Because a lot of black comics have just initials.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Especially in the South, that Southern...
The Chitlin Circuit?
I didn't want to call it that, but that's what it is.
I thought they call it that.
I think so. But I'm very... with my accent, I'm very cautious about how I put things.
Have you gotten into trouble?
Not like on a grand scale, but definitely in situations, yeah.
Like what?
Just... I found when I moved to Seattle, like if I talked about race at all, I was handling people after the show.
You were suspect.
Yes.
He's one of them.
Yes, they're trying to figure me out.
You can tell.
And it was a lot of me.
He talks like one of them.
Yes, it was a lot of me explaining the joke and what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay. And I've noticed quick in Seattle, too, that there's not a lot of black people or people of color at all. It's just white people. So it's really easy to be progressive.
Yeah, there is, but it's a neighborhood. There's a black neighborhood.
That's cracked me up because everyone from Seattle was like, oh, that's the ghetto. I'm like, no, that's a neighborhood that black people live in.
Exactly.
That's not a ghetto.
Yeah, what is up with that?
It's so strange.
But yet you're the racist.
Yes, because of my accent. Yes.
Right. You have a racist accent.
Yes, but I was the suspect. And I was like, no, you guys, I've grown up around black people.
More than most people have.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like, that always fascinates me. I was talking to Nate Bargatze yesterday, and it's just that there is a language and a sort of understanding in the South that is much deeper and much different. And I'm not saying the racist thing, but they have lived together.
Yes.
You have lived together for years.
It's not the language, it's more of the tone in the South.
Right, but despite that, and whatever evolving the South has done in certain pockets, which I think it has, it's more integrated in some weird way than most cities.
Yes.
Like the place where the racism was invented in this country is always more integrated than any city. Like cities are structurally segregated.
Yes. It's like Nate's joke about melting pot in New York City. He's like, it's not really, it's a bunch of pots that want to live next to pots like themselves.
Yeah.
Like they're not melting.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that there's an integrity to the discourse down there that doesn't exist everywhere else, because everyone else is we have no real experience.
Yeah.
With cohabitation or your ways, but we feel guilty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and I think in the South there is that, and this sounds so strange to say, is like there's a lot of people that don't have that guilt because it's like we grew up poor. My family didn't own slaves.
Yeah, we were borderline slaves ourselves.
Yes, like I'm Irish. I came from slaves kind of thing. Is like we were poor too. So
that really is what it is. It's a class issue.
Yeah.
And you get angry poor people fighting each other, then rich people are like, oh, look at that.
Yes.
Look, there's the problem. It's a racial problem. No, it's a poverty problem that you don't want to address.
Yeah.
And everybody, you just let them fight it out.
That's Memphis. That is Memphis in a nutshell. Memphis is crazy.
Where'd you grow up?
Crossville, Tennessee. It's between Knoxville and Nashville. It's a little mountain town, basically. It's on a plateau.
And how many people in that town? I mean, what is that? I get a little fascinated with the South. I always say, every time I'm there, I think it's amazing, and I'm just fascinated with it because I think there's more history there than almost anywhere in the country.
And there's still more culture left, I think, in the South.
Well, you mean like people who live real lives, the indigenous people that have been there for generations, and I mean indigenous by your family.
Yes. No, I know what you're talking about.
Still sort of function that way.
Yeah.
It's not been plowed under.
It's not that suburb Best Buy kind of. I mean, it's starting to happen, but it's not. There's still like people living that life and who they are and where they came from.
A little off the grid.
Yeah.
The newly established grid of like, where are you shopping? We still go down to Joe's place.
Yeah, like my grandparents drove to Rockwood, which is the town next to, because the road when they were growing up was better to go to Rockwood but they lived in our county
for groceries and
groceries and the drugstore and everything.
God, back when all Americans sort of had jobs and you kind of knew the guy that did the car, you knew the guy that
knew everybody, everyone that worked at the restaurant. You went to the same. I guess it was Dillard's or whatever it was.
Sure, Dillard's at the mall.
Yeah, it wasn't even like in the mall. It was just like a
downtown.
Just a 3-story building.
And in the 10-store downtown area.
Yes, and there's a Burger Barn that I still remember.
Burger Barn.
Yes, Rockwood is actually where Megan Fox was born. She grew up there till 5th grade, and I was like, yeah, and she got out of there. That's why she's famous, because someone that hot still living there would be pregnant 9 times already, because the big redneck dude found her when she was 15
and emotionally pummeled her, if not physically, into submission.
It's a give and take with both.
So, what was the town? What was the racket? What was your family doing?
Both my parents are teachers.
Oh, really?
And my mom's an English teacher. My dad's a history and PE teacher, but he's mostly a football coach, is what he does. I use teacher with air quotes. He's the teacher.
So that's what they needed him for.
I'm sure, yeah, they needed another teacher, but they
needed a coach, I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what he's done. And, like, my mom wants to retire, and my dad's like, yeah, I'm going to coach football till they find me dead on the football field.
He loves it?
He loves football, yeah. Like, he worked his way up. He was a head...
high school football?
Yeah, loves it. Had opportunities to go coach college and stuff.
Really?
Never cared about it. He likes coaching high school kids.
Because he likes the fact that they're teachable and that, they're raw talent, and that it's not
I wouldn't say anyone from my hometown has raw talent.
Or teachable.
Yeah, that's true. There may be a couple of them. He can structure them to work longer.
But I mean, it must be somewhat exciting to not have the pressure. I guess there probably is pressure in regional high school football.
In Tennessee, yeah, it's a big deal. He was the head coach for a couple years.
Of the high school team?
Yeah.
The head coach?
He became the head coach and was doing really well. They were like undefeated one year or like almost undefeated. And the next year they were really good. Yeah. And then I called my mom one day and she was like, by the way, your dad just quit being the head coach. Just said it nonchalant. And I was like, whoa, why? So I called him and he was like, I didn't get to coach. All I'm doing is dealing with dumbass parents and politics. He was like, and I got into this to coach. He was like, being the head coach is not coaching. It's just this. He's like, I couldn't imagine being.
It's a political position.
Yeah, he was like, I'm just dealing with assholes every day.
I know people who, in academia of any kind, that once you're the department head, then you're just, then you got to deal with all the other people's problems.
Yeah, he hated it.
Yeah, you're the representative of the team. Why isn't my kid starting?
Yeah, it was a lot of that, and like, we donated a copier, he should be playing a little more. And he's like, well, he's got 2 left feet, sir, and he's mostly autistic.
We donated a copier.
I mean, that's probably a real thing, I'm sure. It's, especially a small town, and then they all have these delusions
I fixed your car.
That's a lot, yeah. Like, I gave you that paint to paint your hood. That's a real thing. That's a real thing that happened. My dad still hasn't had the car painted, but he has the paint.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. So then he became what, the assistant coach? Is that how that works?
He just dropped down. He liked coaching running backs in the defense, so he likes coaching. He doesn't like dealing with assholes.
Well, how'd he do with you? How was that? How was the at-home coaching?
There were especially in high school. There was a couple times where it was just screaming on the field.
Did you go to the school? Mm-hmm. And you played on his team?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I didn't have a choice. There was only one school.
And you probably didn't have a choice but to play either.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't care for football until I was a late bloomer, so I just played because my dad loved it. I love baseball.
You got brothers and sisters?
I have 2 younger sisters who are better natural athletes than me, which is very frustrating.
But they can't play football, right?
No. I mean,
I'm not saying that in a sexist way. Is it available to them to play?
I mean, they could have tried, but I don't think they had any desire.
What were they doing?
My sister's an amazing golfer.
Golf.
And my dad loves that, so that worked out for them.
So he got one at least.
And then my other sister, she played basketball, I guess, and then soccer. She hated soccer.
And you're the oldest?
Yeah.
You're the boy?
Yeah.
Pressure's on?
There was a lot of, well, that's growing up, I realized, I was like, what the hell? Like, why do I have to be perfect? But then, because my mom was really hard on me, and then she had more understanding about the girls, and I was like, they're fucking assholes.
Yeah.
So it was just a weird dynamic. It was just me and my dad, and then my grandmother lived beside us.
In a house?
Yeah, in another house beside us.
Yeah. Whose mother?
My mom's mom.
Uh-huh.
And then my dad's parents lived about 2 miles down the road on a farm.
They did?
Yeah, so I would go to the farm a lot.
I got to go. Was that where you learned? But no, what, when you got angry or you need to run off or you about to
I was either in a gym or just by myself somewhere because women are manipulative from the start. And then you get 2 and then they know all your...
Who, your sisters?
Yeah, just constant fucking picking at me.
Like what?
It's like a relationship. It's like...
It's a relationship that has no benefits.
No fun benefits. No. Just they can help you pick the right girl or something. But yeah, it's like a relationship where they'll just pick at you very calmly until you explode, and then they're just like, wow, why are you acting crazy? And you're like, you just did that for like a day and a half. So it was a lot of setup, or they'd hit. Once they learned that they can hit me and I couldn't hit them back.
That was really?
That was a nightmare year.
What? So I'm still like, part of my brain just walks into this thing. So they pick and they pick and they pick until you pop, and they're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait.
Which is, as I got older, I realized it's pretty funny from their point of view, just to pick at someone until they lose them. Yeah, and I have too. Dudes in my high school that we used to fuck with all the time. But
that's how a comedian starts.
Yes, it is. It's like, I know his tick.
Where are my limits here?
And it's probably made me more difficult in relationships because I do see what women are doing more than I think most do.
All right, look, I don't want to get into generalizations, but I mean, I guess the best men just suck it up.
That's my dad. He's an amazing man. He's an amazing man. And as I get older, I see some of the stuff he puts up with. I'm like, that is amazing. That he just...
So you're impressed by it as opposed to like, you're going to take that shit?
I mean, there was probably a period in, like, when my marriage was... When I realized it was unraveling, I needed to get out.
Yeah.
So I was about 26, I would say 27, 28.
Yeah.
That I would look at my dad and be like, why the fuck are you taking that bullshit?
Yeah.
But then, like, the grander aspect is...
Well, he's still married.
Yes, they're still married.
Yeah.
They're very happy. Mm-hmm. You know, my mom's a little... she's a strong woman, let's put it that way. A very opinionated, strong woman. It's scary as fuck.
What does that mean?
Well, my grandpa, her dad died when she was 14.
Yeah.
She had 2 younger siblings, so she helped raise them.
Right.
And then had me when I was 21 because all she wanted was a family.
When she was 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Planned and everything, which is...
And they were married?
Yeah. They'd been married like less than a year or something like that.
Uh-huh.
I think they were married before she got pregnant.
Uh-huh.
I think. I don't know. I've never done the math.
Is that common in the South?
I think so. I think it didn't...
I'm sorry. See, that was
when I got married.
One of those generalizations.
It's very common.
Yeah.
Especially a small town.
Well, no, but I mean like that. No, is it common that people are actually married when they get pregnant?
I don't think now. No.
Yeah.
I think then, yeah.
Oh, you did it. You know, there was a rule book.
Well, they grew up down the street from each other kind of thing. My mom's a year older.
That's sort of sweet, right?
It's amazingly sweet and has ruined me, I think, in society today. Like, because I know it works. I've seen it work. And most people don't think it works.
Yeah.
So I have this almost expectation of like, no, this can work. I think I stayed in my first marriage a lot longer than I should have. Yeah. Because I wanted it to work. And
so your mom's tough.
Yeah.
And she doesn't take any shit.
Well, she's a teetotaler too.
She's sober.
Completely. I mean, I think her...
Dry or sober?
I think, no, well, her and my dad have, like, drinks from time to time when they want to go have fun.
Uh-huh.
But nothing, I mean, it's only with my dad. I've only seen my mom, she's only drank with me, like, twice. She's fun as hell when she drinks.
Yeah.
I could see why she shouldn't drink. She definitely got the gene. She
get angry? She get a...
Well, it's like, you are holding back. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. You're like, that's funny. I'm glad it's not at me.
Yeah.
But
so how do you end up so fucked up?
I don't know. Like, I have, like, great parents, a great support system. I wanted to play baseball. That was my whole...
That's what did it?
That was my...
You got bullied into football by your dad.
Well, no, and I played college baseball.
You did?
Yeah, and my dad knew that football was, like, something I just did. Mm-hmm. And then I got good at it, so it was fun.
Billy Wayne Davis, that's a baseball player's name.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of scouts like my name more than my ability. That's very true.
So you did all right in high school because you had to?
Mostly, yeah.
And then you went to college where?
I played junior college baseball for 2 years.
Yeah.
Volunteer state. We're the #1 team in junior college, which I like to say, to quote my friend Dan Whitehurst, is like having the biggest dick in 3rd grade. It's pretty cool, but it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
And then, like, I played with guys that went and played professionally, and we were really good, and that's when I learned, I can't.
Can't make it.
I don't have
You don't have the skill.
I had enough talent, but I didn't have the drive those guys did.
My brother was up against that in tennis, where he just realized, like, he has to work twice as hard as guys who naturally have it, and you have to make a decision. If you're not natural, are you going to make, is it worth it to make the cut? What's it going to take?
That's it. And these guys, like, I also realized that I'd always switch sports.
Yeah.
And these guys play baseball all year.
What was your position?
I was a catcher, which
really
is rough on your body, but I'd get bored playing any other position.
Yeah, because you're just standing out there.
It's mostly fucking standing there.
Right, and the catcher, you gotta be on top. I mean,
of it. Yeah, they're literally throwing the ball to you every time. I like that part of it. I like the aggression part of it. But yeah, these guys, their desire was much more than mine. I was already in community. I had a radio show at the community college, which I was having way more fun than going to hitting a fucking ball.
What kind of radio show?
It was just a fucking morning. It was a morning show.
Oh, really?
88.5.
The college station.
Yeah.
You're doing a morning show.
Yeah.
Drive time?
I guess. Yeah. It was a lot of, I would play stuff like from Goose Creek Symphony and the band, and because I knew the guy that ran the station wasn't listening.
Right.
Because it was like 5 in the morning.
Right.
So I would just play music I liked.
Yeah.
And like Sunvolt and Wilco and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I started getting like regular listeners, but they would be truckers that had this route.
Right.
That loved what I played because it was like Bob Seger and stuff like that.
Right.
So they were like, this guy, and then I'd just say dumb shit. So that was my listenership, the baseball team and truckers that had a certain route.
In town.
Yeah.
Not too far out of the signal
they
lane.
weren't long haul guys.
Yeah.
They were driving the Mayfield dairy truck or something like that. Yeah.
Because they were up.
Yeah, they were just...
And they just found you, and were you being funny? Did you have a guy with you or what?
It was just me, and I got in trouble because I was supposed to read the news, and I would make fun of the news because I listened to Howard Stern, and I was like, that's what he does. Mm-hmm. I mean, I ended up getting a B in the class because I wouldn't stop making fun of the news.
They wanted you just to be a newsreader?
Yeah.
When necessary?
I know what they were teaching me how to do all the certain parts.
Be a broadcaster.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm not going to be a broadcaster.
But,
I'm not losing this accent anytime. I just took that phonetics class.
It's not going away?
I got a D.
So when did the comedy start?
Well, I went to Western Kentucky for a couple years.
College? Or no, just...
Yeah, Western Kentucky University in Bowling Green. It was actually cheaper because I lived on a border state when I went to junior college. It was cheaper for me to go to in-state in Kentucky than it was 40 minutes from my house to go to the University of Tennessee.
I have no sense of place in most parts of the country, but I mean... When you go to Kentucky from Tennessee, are you like, nah, fuck, I'm in Kentucky now?
Yeah.
What distinguishes the two from each other?
There's Kentucky has like an attitude.
Oh, really?
It's kind of like, well, I think there's more old money there.
Uh-huh.
And then one of the funniest things I ever saw was I was in Louisville, Kentucky, and this dude was on the square holding the rebel flag saying we will rise again. We will rise again. And I just pulled up and rolled down the window, and I was like, dude, you guys fought for the North.
Yeah.
You need to go south a little ways.
Yeah.
And he just looked very confused, and I was like, yeah, you didn't fight for the Confederacy. And he just drove on, and my buddy's like, why did you do that? And I was like, I just wanted to mess his day up.
I bet you did.
You can just reevaluate his whole life. So I don't think he realized that, I think there's a lot of old money, all that whiskey. It's just shady. You ever seen Justified? It's a very accurate show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, and I noticed basketball is a big deal there. Like in Tennessee, football is a big deal. I just think there's something.
But what about that sort of that Southern style of kind of ignorance? I mean, how much do you come up against that? I mean, obviously it wasn't in your family. I don't know if your family was progressive necessarily, but they were teachers. Yeah,
I would definitely say, even to this day, they were just here. They can't stop playing devil's advocate.
Your folks?
Yeah. So even stuff like my dad loves listening to right wing radio.
Yeah.
And it drives, and he doesn't believe any. He's like, I just like listening to the enemy, seeing what they're thinking. I was like, and I'll just sit there. I'm like, we've got to turn this off.
Yeah. He enjoys the hate buzz.
Yeah, and he's like, I just like knowing what they think. And I was like, yeah, but it's pretty simple. He's like, yeah, but you got to know how they're doing it and stuff. And I was like,
when they come at you.
Yeah, he's just a football. I mean, he was probably a general in his other life somewhere because that's how he thinks. He's a big Civil War buff.
Is he a Civil War buff?
Huge. It's annoying almost. And he plans on, he's like, when I retire, I'm going to go do the reenactments.
That's what he's going to do for his retirement job?
Not as a job. I think just go do it.
Who's he want to play?
I haven't asked which side he wants to be on. I don't want to know.
As a Civil War buff, does that mean he dragged you to Vicksburg? And
I've been to Vicksburg. I've been to Chickamauga. I've been all over. Yeah, that was definitely a detour on a lot of our vacations.
We got to go see the battlefield.
Yeah, which there's something strangely peaceful about all of them, too.
Well, I mean, I think it's an interesting. The thing that always interested me was that there were these divisions in families and communities that they would fight for a few hours, and then when the general called time, they'd go over and eat with each other.
Yeah,
that to me is just insane. It was the bloodiest fucking war in the world. I mean, when you look at the numbers of people that died in that war, it's insane.
It's scary.
Yeah. Hundreds of thousands. I think.
And I think that's why the SEC is so good at football and such a big. Because that is still ingrained in that kind of...
There's regional conflict.
Almost manners involved in the conflict, too. Like when they poisoned somebody's trees, like an Alabama fan poisoned some famous trees in Auburn. Like even Alabama fans were upset. Like, no, we don't do that.
Oh, right.
It's kind of like...
They're not with us.
Yeah, we'll punch them in a bar, but we're not going to...
Kill trees.
That's just, come on.
Yeah, that's not fair play.
Have some couth.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, you're pissing while you're talking to me.
Right,
yeah, but I wouldn't hurt somebody's tree.
So you grew up sensing that there is still a competitive element between the Union and the Confederacy?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just like, there's a great Mark Twain quote I recently read about travel ruins all sense of bigotry and all that, and it really does. Like you just learn, like, oh no, most people are awful. Yeah, that's what I learned.
I don't want to. I always want to go the other way. I always want to believe that most people. Yeah, there's an okay dude in there.
Oh yeah, definitely okay. Yeah, that's why like I can sit in a bar in Tennessee and just hear the most awful stuff because I'm like. That dude would help anybody.
Right.
He's just an...
You sort of have to make weird kind of exceptions. Sort of like, yeah, he's a little like that. But he's all right.
Yeah. Well, we do that with comics all the time.
I know.
There's tons of comics that, like, if you met just in another walk of life, you'd be like, that is an awful, terrible person. But you're like, he's one of my best friends. He's fucking great. I know he's going to touch you in a weird way, but just got to ignore that. He doesn't. It's a spectrum thing.
I guess you learn how to tolerate things, and as long as it's, not illegal.
Yeah. Or someone's hurt. Up. Yeah, someone's hurt badly.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true. I think that's true about comics, is that we're all kind of, broken toys of one kind or another, and you kind of like, he's a little off, but...
Yeah, and I'm drawn to the people that are kind of the most broken.
Right, and I don't know that we necessarily get too close. I think that there's this weird openness to all of it where it's, there's still an understanding. And
there's a lot of like, we can be open, but if I get open about you, you're like, hey, no, you can't.
Yeah,
and
that was
like,
between us. Yeah, that's why we're not having that conversation again.
Yeah, like, no, I can say that I'm a shitty person. You can't say that.
But, okay, so you're in Kentucky.
I joined a fraternity, which I really bought into. They really sold me hard on the beer and pussy thing. Yeah. And I was like, this is exactly what I want. Cause
this is what I need. I can see the future in this.
Yes. Like for 2 years, I was just a fucking meathead playing sports in a small town. So I was like, this. Yeah. And then I got into it and I was like, oh, this is awful. It didn't hurt that the guy that got me in the fraternity was an actor who... He's been on Mad Men and all this stuff. Like,
oh yeah, he's out here.
Yeah, his name's Matt Long. He's a really good actor. And I liked him, so he kind of got me. And then he just disappeared after that.
What do you mean?
He got a play, and then he was gone.
Yeah.
That next semester. So he was like, and I was just with these dudes from Kentucky that had money.
Drinking.
And then they just had a different outlook than I did. So
it's interesting though when you are from a certain class of people, and then you realize like, oh, these people don't give a fuck. Nothing's ever going to go wrong.
I was in a weird denial that people were different. That class was that different.
That it didn't exist.
Yeah. I don't think I wanted it to.
Yeah. You want to be like, we're all the same.
Yeah.
Until really when it came down to it, no, you're not really.
No, we're not.
Yeah. I'm going to be okay forever. I don't know what's going to happen to you.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. There's a very yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That opened my eyes to some stuff, and then these guys were already set too. They already knew what their life was and all this stuff, and I was still trying to figure stuff out and just drinking.
Were you the crazier of the bunch?
Oh, definitely.
Because usually the guy that's sort of the guy from the outside, it's like they all like to watch him.
Yes, they're very much give Billy booze.
Yeah, right.
And he'll make the party happen until I would go too far or call him out on some bullshit.
And
then I was
fist fights. Were there fist fights?
Most of the guys were pussies though.
Are you a fighter though?
Not really.
Have you?
Have I?
Yeah.
I mean, I was an athlete too, so like I was always kind of good at it because I was an athlete, but I never understood. Like in high school, dudes wanted to fight me because I would date their ex-girlfriend or something. I'd be like, why don't we just go play basketball? It's the same. We'll just prove who's more athletic. Say stuff like that to them, and then you could just see it on their face. Well, what? But we're supposed to.
Let's just hit each other.
And I'm like, yeah. Why? That proves nothing. It just proves that I'm better at hitting. But then my parents always told me you never start a fight, but you never walk away from one either.
They taught you that?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's why I was in a couple fights. And a couple of times I wasn't in fights. I just got punched because I deserved it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I got a lot of fuck you in me, and then you add booze in that. I'm just going to say stuff that I've already perceived that you've done.
Yeah.
And sometimes they hadn't done that.
Like what?
Just walking up to a drunk guy.
Yeah.
Bigger guy, talking to some girl, showing off for my friends, and I'll say something to his girl.
Yeah.
Time in Bowling Green, the dude just turned around and popped me. He didn't lay me out, but I just, I got the point real quick. Was like, yeah. And I smiled at him. I was like, I'm sorry. He's like, all right, we're cool. That's a cool thing about the South and fighting, though. Is like after it's over, like we're buddies again. We're probably closer friends now.
So there's a moment where you're like, yeah, I had that coming.
Yeah, like when it was like that slow motion. I'm like, oh, he's gonna,
take it.
There's no, you can't duck at that point because I just probably said something very dirty to the girl he was talking to.
Just because you want to start shit.
Yeah.
All right, so you're in this fraternity house and you're drinking, and you're the mascot. You're the drunk mascot.
There was another guy. We were competing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was he was very funny too.
Uh-huh.
You put us together. It was a good time. But
when did you decide to do comedy? What inspired that business?
I was taking all these communications classes. I was watching a ton of. I've always been a fan of stand-up. My parents were always a fan of sitcoms and reading, and my mom always preached timing. She liked people with good timing.
Yeah.
So I had that background in it. My dad always bragged about watching the first SNL. He had Richard Pryor albums and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Cheech and Chong.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Cheech and Chong.
And then all my speeches were funny.
Yeah.
And I liked being funny. And then this one girl.
You took a speech writing class or a debate thing or what?
Speech writing, speech analysis, all the advanced public speaking. I did all that.
Okay.
I could have a major in communications right now, but I did a split business major because that's what my...
But you focused on speech, and then what, you'd have to write speeches and read them for the class?
Yeah, we studied Clinton.
Oh, really?
We studied him redefining the word is. And then just a lot of his techniques. He's fascinating.
Like, what are some techniques of speech writing?
Well, not really speech writing, because the best technique is to write for their strengths.
Okay.
When with Clinton, he's just so charismatic that a lot of it was like a shell. I imagine it looked like a Reno 911 script where it's like, okay, this is the main point.
Oh, right. Like improvising.
Billy.
But what was the idea when you took those classes? I know a lot of people just do communications because they don't know what else they're going to fucking do.
That was basically, I knew I was good at speaking in front of people from high school and stuff.
Why? Why'd you speak in front of people in high school?
I was in student council, and then...
you did that shit?
Yeah.
Well, your dad tell you to do that?
No, we got an extra credit, and then we got these T-shirts that said student council and had staff on the back, and that was like a free pass to do whatever the fuck you wanted. Like, teachers did not...
Oh, really?
So, yeah. Like,
you're like future leaders of America, these guys.
And it was like a cool thing in our school. It wasn't like the nerdy... It was like a...
Right.
The cool seniors and juniors when I was
So you were
a
a jock and a student council guy.
Yeah, I was like a liaison. That's why this nerd thing irritates me, because they're getting too powerful and they're getting way too cocky.
Yeah.
Because I was like a liaison between the nerds and the jocks. Because I took, I had interest in English and history and reading and all that because of my mom. And then I lived in this jock world because I was an athlete.
Right.
So I was never comfortable in either. So I was going back and forth.
And you were the funny guy, so like I know what that's like. You could speak to both. You were intermediary. You weren't locked in to being a dick.
Yeah,
and
I couldn't.
Locked into being socially awkward.
But the nerds I found were bigger dicks.
Well, but back then, I mean, I don't know how old you are. How old are you?
33.
Well, I mean, there was a time where nerds in high school when I was younger, they could only hang around themselves. And they were socially awkward, and they a lot of them liked to play chess and D&D, and they were really good at math, and they just didn't. They were like from a different culture.
Yeah,
like I didn't have anything against them, but they always impressed me in a certain way. But they were not socially easy.
No, they weren't. No, you're right. Yes, and I think they brought a lot on them that they couldn't. Like I have a cousin. He's 12. He has Asperger's. And I think he's hilarious, but he has that weird where he's a dick. Yeah. But doesn't realize he's a dick.
Right.
And I see that in like friends I had in high school that were like, oh, they didn't realize they were being a dick, and then they get this anger that everyone was a dick back to them.
Right.
Like, but you're being an asshole first.
Yeah, they don't necessarily know because their brains are preoccupied.
Well, yeah. Why would I have social grace when I put this in and this in and get this?
Right. I'm working on a problem.
Yeah. It's like that's what I want to tell all the nerds now. Like, you guys need to ease up.
Well, they're the dominant cultural defining thing now.
Yeah.
And now there's a lot of people that aspire to that somehow. But I mean, and there's a lot of people that just dress the part. Yeah. But I mean, I've had conversations with people about what true nerdism is, and it's really an almost it's an obsessive interest in something. And it defines who you are.
Well, I think that's why I've related to nerds too.
But you got the other thing. You've got the weird kind of the thing that makes comics different is that before everything else, there is charm.
Yeah.
And I think I could probably resolve this just by being me.
Yes. Yes. I got this. I got this.
Let me talk to him.
If I'm not back in 2 minutes, you should come get me, though.
Yeah, it's just this other thing is that we don't want to do that other work.
No.
We're going to be okay at shit.
Yeah.
But we'll get by because, we'll do it good enough to get in, and then it's just sort of like we're hanging out.
That's definitely why having a manager now helps me tremendously, because it is like that was most of my career. Is like, I got it. Yeah. I'll just call them. It'll be fine. Oh, they were mad at me. Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah. They were? Why?
Yeah. Oh, because I didn't do the thing I told them I would do.
Right. No, you need to. Yeah. And also you should just do what you do and let the managers and the club owners do what they do. All right. So here you are. You're the liaison, and then but okay, so you're in Kentucky, and you got your chops doing the speech thing. So you're watching comedy. What? So
a lot of me entertaining at parties, and this girl I was dating at the time said, "You need to go do an open mic," because I was depressed. She noticed that I was depressed. I didn't realize I was depressed. There were days that I just drink and then not get out of bed.
Is that depression or alcoholism?
It was depression because I was never an everyday drinker.
Right.
I was
ever,
never. I mean, I probably went on a couple binges where it'd be like 5 or 6 days of just like, let's do this.
Yeah,
but that was a lot of on the road too.
Sure.
So
You're supposed to.
I was still doing stuff. Like then I would just lay there for 2 days in between drinking.
And she thought that somehow or another an open mic would resolve.
She goes, you need to see if you can do this.
You'd been talking about it.
Yeah.
So you were obsessed with it and you didn't have the balls.
Yeah. Or or even the thought process to be like, oh, I could pursue it. You know, I didn't know how. I thought I'll move to Chicago and do Second City.
Yeah.
And stand-up was I never thought about that.
Yeah.
And then I went and called Zanies and had a month, wrote.
In Nashville.
Yeah, wrote 5 minutes. And we broke up in that month. So
there's a few more minutes.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, hasn't got that material now.
Yeah, I probably hung on to that for 4 or 5 years, her breaking up with me in that time frame.
Really? In terms of resenting her?
Yeah. But then eventually realized, like, no, that was what we were supposed to do.
You got to start thinking about life like that.
Yeah.
That's one of these weird keys to things. There's no time for regret or spite over something that didn't go right. Eventually, you got to be like, well, I did get this out of it.
Yeah, and I've learned to ask certain questions about people.
Yeah, but also like
she told me she was bipolar 6 months in a relationship.
Yeah.
That's something you should lead with.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know if you should lead with it, but certainly within the first week or two.
Yeah, like if after 2 weeks you're like, this may continue, by the way, I may have massive mood swings.
Yeah. But also she got you to do comedy for the first time.
And I remember doing it and doing well because the guy on before me was awful. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. And I remember throwing up before.
Really?
And I'd seen that growing up. People do that before sports and stuff. I always thought I was like, that's bullshit. What are they? They're so dramatic.
Yeah.
And I was so nervous I threw up. And then that made me more nervous that you could get that nervous. And I was getting that nervous.
Wow.
And so, but as soon as I stepped on stage, I was fine.
Yeah.
That went away. And I did well. And then a cat said, hey, there's this open mic on Tuesdays we do every week. You don't have to bring people like Zanies and all that stuff.
So you made an impression on the micer community.
Yeah, it was a guy named Landon Lyon.
But that's the biggest deal. And like when a lot of young comics are like, why can't I? Because you've got to impress the other comics.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate.
Yeah.
You got to show them something different, or at least within a month or two, the other guys who have got their shit little tight community and they know the things, they've got to go like, yeah, we'll let him in.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have, if that dude wouldn't have told me, I probably wouldn't have seeked out. I would have probably just kept that monthly.
Right.
Zanies thing, but he was like, oh, there's this Tuesday
This guy's
thing.
cool. See where the charm paid off?
Yeah, it was. It really, yeah, you're right. And then I remember getting off stage and going like, oh, this is what I'm going to do. And then like maybe 3 months later, I was telling my parents, they actually asked me, they're like, so do you want to drop out? And I was like, how did you, like, you're miserable.
Yeah.
And all you talk about is this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have a good GPA. I can go back. So I told him in 7 years if I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
7? Wow.
I was 21.
All right.
I knew enough about it at that point to be like, it's going to take this long to at least.
So you were pretty obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And you told your parents you were doing it. And,
yeah.
And they were probably concerned at first.
I don't think they were.
Oh, that's good.
I had a decent little job.
Yeah. Doing what?
At the UPS store.
Uh-huh.
It's very interesting. Because there's just people coming in and out. You get to see what they get. It was fucking great. And I could do it stoned. It was great.
Yeah.
One day I showed up drunk.
Yeah.
They didn't care.
What do you mean you could see what they get?
You see what people are buying and shipping.
Oh, yeah?
There's like private mailboxes there.
Like, how do I ship this?
Well, yeah. Well, I learned how to pack stuff, and then just you could tell a lot about people's personalities.
That's
and
a practical skill, knowing how to pack things.
It is. People don't have it.
No, I know. Yeah.
And it's weird, like when I'm like, no, you need to do this and this, and people are like, how the hell? I'm like, it's just something I did.
Yeah, picked up along the way.
Yeah, I can cook a steak too.
Yeah.
Thanks, Outback.
So you worked there too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was
no mom and pop organizations for you.
No, not really. I just went in Bowling Green. I went and I was like, what restaurant makes the most money? The steakhouse.
Yeah.
And then I just went there.
So you can cook a steak.
Yeah, I can cook a steak pretty good. Yeah. I was a server, but I learned that's what I wanted to learn how to do.
Cook a steak.
Yeah, and that's what I learned how to do.
So you can pack shit, you can cook a steak, and you know that if you're dating a bipolar person, they should tell you up front. You can throw a ball or two, a few different types.
Yeah, I can hit them.
Yeah, you can write a speech.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhat.
You know how much you can and can't drink, kind of?
None. Yes. I can drink none. It took me about a decade to learn that I should drink none.
How many arrests?
3 or 4?
Uh-huh.
2 I would say were my fault.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One I don't want to. It's
still pending?
No, it's not pending.
Uh-huh.
It's just it was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the end
Oh,
of
yeah?
the marriage. So
Oh.
yeah, I don't want to.
Oh, really? We're not.
Yeah,
talking?
we're me and her at a really good place now. So me bringing up stuff like that,
Not going to help anything.
nothing. Yeah, it can only do damage at this point. So
everything's cool.
everything's pretty cool. As cool as I think it's ever going to be.
She's back in. Where is she?
She moved. She lives here now.
Oh, so that's why your folks are out, because of the kid?
Yeah, and then I think they were just interested in Los Angeles.
They never been here?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Where'd you take them?
My dad took my mom to Venice Beach because he'd been here once before with me, and I took him to Venice, and it's perfect for, you know,
watch people and
and then be like, "This L.A. They really got people crazy." I'm like, it is a good dichotomy of L.A. I guess.
It's one of the few places in L.A. where there are people.
Yeah, yeah,
walking around.
Well, and then I took him through where the Chinese theater was.
Sure.
And I was going to stop.
On Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
So you took him to Hollywood Boulevard and Venice Beach.
And my mom was like, "This is like a mall. I don't care." And I was like, "That's okay."
It is now.
And then I was like, "Dad, I can take you to the Hollywood sign." He was like, "No, I saw it from the interstate. I'm good." I was like, "I guess that is."
Then they're done?
That's pretty much, I mean.
Get some Mexican food?
Yeah.
Okay.
Across the street from our place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was about it. I mean, they're so great, my parents. They just want to help out, and they're not like hipsters. They don't want to go eat at a restaurant. That doesn't fascinate them.
Just want to hang out with you and the kid?
And just...
How old's the kid?
He's 4.5.
All right, so let's get back to it. So you start doing comedy at Zanies, and then, you just stayed in Nashville?
Yeah. I just started living on a couch. A buddy, open micer buddy, him and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
I lived on a couch for 8 months and worked at a restaurant in Nashville. And if I wasn't on stage, I was at Zanies just sitting in the back watching. And that was my whole life, was just figuring out how to do it and just drinking when we weren't doing that, trying out drugs, listening to comedy.
That's it. That's the life right there.
Yeah.
No other world. Not going to write. Not going to do sketches.
No.
Sit in the back of Zanies. Going to drink for probably half for free.
Yeah.
And watch dudes do this, and then go out after.
And then talk about comedy more.
Yeah, and then drink.
And then bug like Jake Johansson and people that want to hang out and be like, "Well, how did you?"
Yeah.
And then Jake be like, "Hey, just ease up."
Did he?
Yeah. I wasn't offended. I mean, I probably was a little bit like, "Oh my God," I was scared. And then like probably a couple years later, I was like, he was really nice about that.
Yeah?
Yeah, he handled that very nice. I was probably awful because I was drunk and very aggressive and passionate.
Yeah. How long did it take you to get up to headlining?
Probably 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. Because when did I work with you? You were featuring for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was...
Yeah, you're one of them strong features.
It took 7.5 years to get feature work at Zanies.
Uh-huh.
Like, I was already headlining B rooms and stuff.
Right. That's the funny thing. It's like people are like, I was headlining B rooms. I'm like, yeah, you're what they could afford.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll headline for the same amount I featured for.
Well, and I was making a little more, but like that's the thing. Like they just saw me forever.
Yeah.
As that goofy MC that came in.
Well, that's the problem with like everybody has with their home clubs.
Yeah.
It's like they won't fucking headline you unless you go away.
That's why I had to move to Seattle for 6 years.
That's where you went?
Yeah.
How many years into comedy were you?
I was about 3.5 in.
And you went to Seattle?
Well, I was. I'd worked on the road with Ralphie May a little bit.
You were in this garage once before, sitting over there.
Yeah.
Smoking. That's where you saw him, Ralphie, in Seattle?
No, he came through Nashville. I'd worked my way up to being the house MC pretty much. I got to work with like Hedberg 3 weeks before he died.
Oh, God. What was that like, dude?
At the time, it was the most amazing thing in the world to me. Because when I was still in college, I found him on Napster before he was famous.
Yeah.
And he was my little secret.
Yeah.
And I was a comedy nerd, and no one else really gave a shit.
Yeah.
And then he got huge. And I remember telling him, I was like, when you got popular, it pissed me off because you were my secret.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, Napster, right? I was like, yeah. Did a bunch of drugs the first night. Second night, I was just exhausted. It was all overwhelming to me.
Yeah.
And it was a little calmer, and I went to leave, and Mitch looked up. He's like, hey, man, will you go get me some drink? I was like, yeah. And he was like, and get yourself something. I want to hang out with you tonight. And we went and did blow at this closed bar in Printer's Alley all night.
Yeah.
And
did he talk much?
Yeah, he and I talked the whole night, and then Lynn was there, too, and it was, and the other two guys that were with us were like local guys that were really drunk. But
he always seemed like he needed to lock in and have some company.
Yeah, that was very much.
Yeah.
And I was never a guy that did cocaine.
Yeah.
Like, I've probably done a handful of times. Only one time without drinking.
Yeah.
Every time I did it was so we could drink more.
Exactly.
Like, and people are like, I'm just going to do coke. I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah,
like,
that seems crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the same way.
It's like going to a pot dealer and be like, I need some pot, and I got coke. I'm like, that is the exact opposite of what I want.
Right. Well, yeah, no, it was always for me, it had to go together.
Yeah.
To get that balance.
Yeah, no, I could never just do it. Like, I'd still be running somewhere.
Yeah. So you were just doing coke, no drinking?
We were drinking. Yeah. Yeah.
And this was 3 weeks before he died?
Yeah. It was over. I mean, it was also a lesson, because to this day, I've never seen anybody use the quantity and different types of drugs he was using.
Yeah.
It's just booze, tons of just straight vodka, basically.
Yeah.
He had a bag, what he called Skittles. It was just pills.
Yeah.
And he'd just pull those out, and then he'd find blow afterwards.
Right. So he wasn't doing the H with you. I think that was something he kept private.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I had a couple of friends that they're like, did he mention this to you? And I was like, nope.
No, yeah, I think that was the one. That was where he drew the line. That's something he didn't have. Very specific type of friends for that type of behavior.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Well, it's sad, man. It's sad, and because I knew he looked a little beat up by that time. I think too, didn't he?
Yeah, I remember when he walked in the green room there in Zany's.
Yeah,
and just how jaunt he looked.
Yeah,
and then almost like he looked like he had jaundice too. He was greenish yellow.
Yeah. He had a weird pallor to his skin and his. Yeah.
It's like hollow.
Yeah. It was
It's not the guy that I pictured.
No, it was sad, man. And he wore those glasses and you couldn't quite see his eyes.
And then the shows a couple shows I had to pull him off stage. Like he would just be laying on stage and telling me to come get him. And then did
he do well?
That was the saddest part that I realized later.
Yeah.
Because at the time I didn't realize. I just thought, this is so amazing and cool. That's a nightmare, that the more fucked up you are, the more they like you.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't get out of it.
You're fucked.
Yeah, they expect it.
Yeah, no one's going to be like, hey, stop.
Yeah.
Because everyone around you is making a ton of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I realized how clubs work, too. Like, oh, this dude's... Oh, okay. If you're making them money, they don't care.
Yeah, they want to make sure you got what you need.
It helped me realize that. Go like, oh, then I don't have to be here. So I need to behave myself.
Right.
But, like Mitch told me, too, I remember one of those nights, he was like, make a list. Make a list of all the people that fuck you. And then when you get famous, he was like, there's several clubs I go back to just to fuck with them. Really? Yeah, and I was like, He's like, I make all their money, and then I make these dickheads run errands for me the whole time.
He had a plan, huh?
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Well, he was a real
living the dream.
Guy. Yeah. So that was an important lesson to learn, and you learned that before you went to Seattle?
Yeah. Yeah, I knew... Well, I met my ex-wife in West Palm Beach, Florida, on the road, and we'd been dating a couple months. It was a lot of fun. I was in over my head. She was 31. I was 25. Mm-hmm. She was a DJ, Puerto Rican, living the dream, I thought.
Yeah.
And then she was like, hey, I got a job in Seattle. Would you want to move with me? And I'd never been west of Texas, and I was like, yep. Because I just knew the scene there, too.
There was a scene there.
And I had this... I was starting to realize that I wasn't going to be allowed to be the comic I wanted to be just doing the South.
Yeah.
Because with my voice and then my name.
Did you ever work with Bees?
Yeah, he was the first. I quit my serving job.
To work with Killer Bees?
Yeah, because it was the last minute, like, we need a MC for the week. And I was there, can you be here tonight? And I was like, yep. Called the guy, and he was like, I was like, I can't find anybody to come in. And he was like, well, if you don't come in, you're fired. And I was like, yeah, that's what I'm saying is like, I'm not coming in.
Anymore.
He's like, well, I'm going to have to fire you. I was like, yeah, whatever you want to call it. I'm not coming.
I'm done.
I can leave you tickets for the show, I think, if you want to come if you want to hang out.
So when you work with Killer Bees, did he pack it out?
Mm-hmm.
So like that was, so you're emceeing this regional dude who's huge, and that's your intro into the life.
Yes.
Of you. That was the night you committed.
That was it. That was my first gig. And the second week was Bruce. So,
Interesting.
So I went
both ends of the spectrum.
Yes, in 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
They called me last minute again. And,
So you're dealing with all white
and then all black, but like different type of white. Like not your audience all white.
No, I know. Southern all white.
Yes.
Old school.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they don't speak the King's English either. Kind of thing. Like a lot of Bezac, I didn't understand.
Really?
A lot of it, I did not. I don't get what he's talking about sometimes. Save up. Yeah,
Save
I
up.
still don't know. But Bees gave me great advice, too, about drinking.
Save up.
He said, don't drink before the show. He's like, because you'll get a little... You'll find that perfect buzz one time, and then you'll spend 20 years chasing it. And he's like, drink afterwards. And that helped me.
Was he straightened out yet?
No. And that was good advice coming from someone like that at that time, because he was all over the place.
That one night you hit the perfect buzz, you're going to spend the rest of your life
chasing it, trying to get that on.
It's not about the comedy.
Mm-mm.
It's about like there's that one night where that combination between comedy and booze
is perfect. It's perfect. And you'll be chasing that for 20 years. And there's something to that.
No doubt.
Because our heads are all fucked up, and you're like, okay. Like, I'm wearing underwear that I'm very comfortable talking in. You know what I mean?
It's superstitious.
Yeah. The second week was Bruce. I remember walking in with my bag, and the staff was getting ready, and they all stopped. I was always so nervous, because I was like, I've never really done a black room, let alone sold out.
Right.
And so nervous. And the whole staff, they're like and they all just stop and just look at me all at once. The whole place gets quiet.
Yeah.
And one girl goes, "Are you the MC?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then they all just fell out. And I was like, this is the end.
At Zany's.
Yeah. I was like, this is the end.
Yeah.
It lasted a week. I was a comedian for a week.
How'd that go?
Really good. Bruce said, just don't be afraid. And I was like, okay. And the first minute I was afraid, and they did not. And then someone said something, and it pissed me off.
Yeah,
and after that, I was fine.
You held your ground.
Yeah, I said something right back because it was that instinct again. I was just like, fuck you. And when I did like, fuck you or something like that, they were all on my side. It was the confidence thing. And I was like, okay, thank God.
That's actually a fairly amazing moment to do well in front of a black crowd. I mean,
I felt invincible for a while, like way too cocky.
Yeah, because it really is about that. Because the lesson, like what he said, is exactly it. Don't be afraid. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
And if you have any insecurity at all that shows, they're going to see it.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, no, God, he doesn't have his shit together.
Yeah. Yes.
We paid for his show.
Yeah, what is this?
Yeah.
But then I found out, Bruce likes a white MC to go up there.
He does.
Yeah, that's his thing.
It is, so he asked for it.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yeah. They told me that after that week. I just thought, they've got confidence in me. Like, no, I was the only white guy available. Yes. So, I met her. We moved to Seattle because I knew Mitch had been up there. I knew about you. Yeah, and I knew the politics would be all right.
Yeah.
Would lean towards my side.
You could get in.
Yeah.
Because you had chops, and, it was a small enough scene that, you could go in as a middle, and you were already strong. And
Yeah.
I did that in San Francisco, where you didn't have to go through all the ranks.
No,
you had an act.
Yeah, I just had to do a couple open mics and not introduce myself till I got on stage, and then they're like, "Oh, who's this guy?"
Right.
And then after that, it was
So you were up there for 6 years?
Yeah, my plan was three to 4.
Yeah.
We got married real quick. We got known her 8 months. We got married in Vegas real quick. Man, I was just having a good time.
Sure, man. Sounds fun.
Then it went south pretty quick.
After the kid?
Yeah. I mean, before the kid, it was not good. The kid he wasn't planned on my part. I wasn't upset about it. I've always wanted to be a dad. So, you know, I was like, oh, we're going to make this work. And then it was like, no. And then that got ugly, you know, the divorce and stuff. That got pretty ugly. So I was kind of stuck in Seattle for a couple years.
Is that where you got arrested?
Yeah. One arrest before
her?
Before the pregnancy. No. All my arrests came when I was with her. All my trouble with the law. I don't know if that's a coincidence, but...
Was it drinking related trouble?
Oh, yeah. I was saying that the other night. I was like, oh, you know, I've never been arrested when booze wasn't involved.
Yeah.
So, it was like I went through a roadblock here like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And my first thought was like, oh, fuck. Oh, wait. Yeah. Hey, I'm okay. Yeah. Okay, this is great. How you doing, officer?
Yeah, just look him right in the eye.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. I literally have nothing to hide. This is fantastic.
It's an exciting moment.
Yes.
To pull up to a roadblock and go like, everything all right? I'm good, yeah.
Are you okay?
And they're looking at your eyes. Go ahead, look in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's shit-faced. I'm good.
Yeah, I am clear, man.
Well, I did that. It was like 2 months after I was sober. I was hanging out with some buddies of mine that were in a band. Stayed and watched them all night. They drank the whole show. And I was like 2 months after I was sober. So we get in the car and we're driving. We go through like a late night place to get something to eat. And we're in there. And that's when I realized my buddy, who in my head, I was like, well, he's the least drunk. He should drive.
Yeah.
And then he's ordering food, and I realized how drunk he was. And I was like, wait a minute.
I can drive.
Hey, I'm sober. Let me drive. And he's like, yeah, what? I was like, it's all new to me. I'm sorry. I thought we were being very smart about this.
But when I worked with you, were you sober, or had you just gotten sober? How long you got?
When we worked together, I was sober. Yeah.
Right.
The first time we met, I was not.
Here.
Yeah. Well, with Ralphie, no, I was not.
Yeah.
And then that time in San Francisco was definitely
not so.
That's the first time I did Molly. I think the only time I've done Molly.
Yeah, you weren't just drunk.
No, I was already drunk, and then this girl's like, "Do you want some of this?" And it was like white powder, and I was like, "I don't want to be up in San Francisco on coke." Yeah. I was like, "I'll get arrested."
Yeah.
And she was like, "No, it's called Molly. You just put it on your tongue." And I was like, "All right, fuck it."
Yeah.
And it's just MDMA, I guess. I'd never done
like
that.
Like ecstasy?
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
And I guess about the time I started talking to you, like...
It's starting to
kicked in. I was like, this is fun. And then you kept asking me leading questions. I was like, I need to stop talking, but I feel so good about everything. Like, how could any of this bite me in the ass?
Yeah. No, you didn't let on. You were like, I just want you to know this and about what, that thing. And I'm like, all right, what do you mean? You're like, I don't know.
I can't. Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
I like you.
Yeah.
Know that.
Oh, well. So, all right. So now, I imagine that the sobriety was, primarily to at least support a reasonable relationship with your ex and the kid and the new relationship, whatever that is. Are you married again or
no? I did find a wonderful girl that I realized, because for 2 years after my divorce, I just kind of lived on the road. I didn't have a place. I slept on a bunch of couches in a hotel.
And all
rooms.
your money was funneling back?
Yeah, no money. Yeah, it was all going. As soon as I got money, it was, and then sometimes not even the kid because I didn't have any. Yeah. It was like lawyers and fees and all that stuff.
Stupid.
It's just a nightmare. And I was quite a mess. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. But I remember I met her, and she had a boyfriend. And I just remember thinking, then I ran into her in New York. I went and saw her, and her boyfriend was there.
So you left Seattle and went where?
Just on the road. Then I met this girl, my girlfriend now, at a comedy festival. She had a boyfriend who was 6 years younger than her. And I remember thinking, I really like her.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting her down like this in Cobble Hill in Brooklyn and being like, hey, when this is done, when this runs its course, give me a call.
Right.
Because I like you.
Yeah.
And she was like, what are you talking about when this is done? I was like, this will be done.
Yeah.
You're 6 years older. Believe me. And then she was like, well, what about you? And I was like, yeah, my ex-wife's 6 years older than me.
Yeah.
You're
planting the seeds.
Yeah.
You're like,
she loved it. She's like, it's such a strong move. And I was like, it's really not, because if it doesn't work out, who gives a shit? It's just a line I said. If it does, I'm pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So we text every now and then just to say, hey. one day the text started getting like
heated.
It was just like more.
Yeah.
Like there was more of a conversation, not just like, hey, where are you?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
And I was like, something's happening. And then she called my bluff. I was like, hey, why don't you come work with me in Nashville next week? I did a couple of headlining dates.
She's a comic?
Yeah. And she was like, okay. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I got to make some phone calls. I just thought that would be a nice fucking thing to say.
Yeah.
And she came and we got along really well. And then it just kind of went from there. And then she's a drinker.
Uh-huh.
She's a lot better at it than I am.
Uh-huh.
And so there was like a couple months where I would just go a little crazy. And then there was just one night, the next day, she was like, hey, if you want to keep doing this, you can't do that anymore.
What was that?
Just be a mess.
Yeah.
I would just get sloppy. I wasn't violent or anything when I was drinking. I was never violent. I was just sloppy and embarrassing more than anything. Because it was a race. I learned to drink in the South. It's a fucking race.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're going to have 2 beers? Why would we do that? Why would we just have 2 beers? I still don't understand. Like,
So she's a controlled drinker.
Yes, she's very good at it and very good at being drunk.
Yeah.
To me, it was like, okay, we're this drunk. Let's get more drunk.
Let's get lost.
Yeah, let's go on an adventure. Why would we just sit here and talk to these same people?
Yeah.
That guy has a weird haircut. I need to go say things to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I was like, I'll just quit drinking. She was like, okay. And I just did.
So when you work, I mean, how long did you open for Ralphie?
On and off for about 5 or 6 years, probably.
So he was a big.
Oh yeah, he kept me afloat a lot and taught me how to do the road and.
Like, what did you learn from Ralphie?
Just how to work. I mean, he works.
Yeah.
You know, it's not necessarily what I want to end up doing the way he does it.
Right.
Because it's 50 weeks a year.
Yeah.
And he's on the road the whole time doing radio and, he hustles.
It's interesting when you meet that guy. They're up in the morning on the phone.
Yeah.
Doing the phone for next week.
Yeah.
Doing the phoners. Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like, oh, okay. And then just to keep that and then to keep building it because, you start seeing guys that'll have it for a while and then they're gone.
Yeah.
And then just to keep, and then he works a room really well.
Yeah. He's a monster.
And then to this day, I've never seen any comic besides maybe Caliendo that's better at radio.
Uh-huh.
He takes over the show.
Yeah.
Which I still can't do. And I don't have a desire to do either. I think it's part of my problem. But it does work.
Yeah.
And he said that he swears by radio as what is more responsible for his fame than anything else.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true. Regional radio.
And then he's taught me how to structure like long form sets and things like that. Now he's a little more verbose than I am.
Yeah.
But as far as an arc and everything.
Well, no, it's important to to see somebody who does it and nails it and he's a pro about it and really puts on a show. It's like because they're you're like me. You kind of get in it. It's like I can pretty much do what I want.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna take it easy.
Yeah, that was my yeah.
I'm gonna sit around and write some shit down today. Maybe get to it.
Yeah. Maybe get to it. Yes. Yes, if there's not some on NPR I heard that I want to go read about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you meet those dudes who are like, I gotta now I gotta write a new hour, but I only can write by going up on stage.
That's and he made me feel better about that because I was always
he does that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have friends that would just sit and write
jokes, yeah.
And I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Because when I do it, it sounds like I'm telling a joke.
Right.
I'm not being a comic.
I'm the same way.
I need to just form it in my head and I'll know how I can say it.
That's right.
That made me feel, because for a while I was like, well, maybe I'm not doing any work, but my act is better than these guys.
The weird thing is about determining how much work you do is like, we dedicate our life to it.
Yeah.
We live the life.
Yes.
We get on stage.
Yes.
And, we're building shit out. How we do it is our business.
Yeah. That's...
But I mean, the whole sort of working the other stuff, which I didn't really know how to do, which is like making the connections, making sure that you're not a dick at the club.
Yeah.
Do the radio, show up for the radio,
shutting your mouth,
on the radio
when this dude is talking. That was a big thing for me. Like, okay, this guy's an asshole, but he's going to give you a couple of weeks of work a year that you'll need to tie stuff together.
Yeah.
And there's several dudes across the country that have been like, nope, fuck this guy.
Yeah,
he needs to know how I feel about him.
I don't, I'm not that vengeful and I don't necessarily have a list, but I certainly know And, I'm not like I don't sell thousands of tickets either, but I do know the people that didn't help me. Mm-hmm. More than anything else.
Or fuck me.
Yeah.
There's a couple people that I won't go out of my way, but if I do become that draw, that if they ever approach me, I will enjoy saying no to them.
Well, I had one thing like that where, I couldn't work at a club for a long time for I didn't even know the reason why the guy, had it out for me. But, he, and it's a great club. And I just had to accept that it wasn't going to happen for me anymore. And I liked the club. And I didn't work there for over a decade. And he apologized to me, in Montreal. He came up to me and was like, look, man, I'm sorry. You're a great act. I want to have you back. And he literally, very graciously, apologized for icing me for so long. And I went back and I sold out 5 shows and I killed and I loved working there and it was great.
Well, sometimes it's beyond your control. Sometimes a waitress likes you and the owner likes that waitress.
Yeah, it usually comes down to a waitress problem. You're right.
It's definitely about pussy. I would say 80% of the time.
Pussy and money, man.
That's it. Even in this business,
that's all in everything.
Yeah,
it's pussy and money.
It's like that girl wants to fuck me. You're like, that's terrible. Yeah, because I know I should be excited. Yeah, but he wants to fuck her, so now I can't come back to Des Moines.
Because she talked to you. You're not allowed in the state anymore.
Yes, I can't do comedy in Chicago.
All right, man. Well, I think we did it.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, I guess so. This is fun.
Thanks for talking.
Thanks for having me.
That's it. That's our show, folks. Thank you for listening. Go to WTFpod.com. Pick up the app if you're new to the show. You can always get the most recent 50, that's 6 months worth for free on iTunes or on my site, or you can get the app. Enjoy. Get some justcoffee.coop. Leave a comment. Do what you got to do. I appreciate it. I'm full of panic. It's been an aggravating day. I don't like the idea that there's some guy out there as me, spending money that isn't his based on my credit. Fucking monster. What the fuck is wrong with people? Career criminals, man. They're always one step ahead. They're always figuring out the angles, but I guess this is a problem a lot of people have. But why me? Why? It wasn't about you. Don't make it about you. You were not targeted, I don't think. Maybe this guy's like, I deserve Marc Maron's credit. Him and I are a lot alike. He stole my essence. I don't know. Fuck. Boomer lives!